Hey there, welcome back. So today we will check call by value and call by reference concept, and the reason why we are taking this particular concept in the section of array is because I will show you call by reference with respect to array. So in order to save some time, I have already added this class app inside the package org.studyeasy. We also have the main method, and inside the main method we have this variable value, and we also have a method display value, and in here we are simply displaying the value which is received by this method. So pretty simple, right? Now in order to call this display value method, we will create an object. So we will type in app equals new app. Pretty simple. And using this object we will call in the display value method, and we will pass in value. So this is cool, and if I execute this program, the output is current value of a variable in display value method is 10, which is simple, right? Now moving forward, we will also display the value of value variable from the main method. So let's do that. The message would be current value of variable in main method is, and we will display the value. All right, now let me execute this, and here is the output. Current value of variable in main method is 10, which is cool. Now friends, whenever we pass in a variable to a method, what exactly happens in the background? In fact, we are simply passing the value inside this variable, and the actual address of the variable is not shared. As a result, only value is passed, and this concept is known as call by value or pass by value. In order to demonstrate this concept, let me do one more thing. In here, if I say value equals 20, right? So now we have updated the value. Now the impact of this update would be where? Let me show you. I can copy this and paste it in here, and I can say current value of variable in display value method as value, right? So firstly, the value was 10, then the value is updated to 20, which is okay. And in here we have called the method first, and then we are, for example, displaying the value. Let me do one more thing. Before the call, let me display the value of this variable value, and after the call also we will display the value of this variable value, right? Now you can see that even after the call to the display value method, the impact of the variable is nothing, and the value of the variable remains to be 10. And this is because whenever we pass in the variable to a method, only the value of the variable is passed and the address of the variable is not passed. As a result, a separate memory location is allocated for the variable which is received by the method. So whenever we receive a variable in our method, a separate memory location is allocated, and that is local to the method, and as soon as the execution of the method is completed, the memory location is simply released by Java. So this is call by value. Now proceeding further, we will check out call by reference. Alright, so let me get rid of all the code which is here, and let me get rid of this method as well. And now moving forward, we would be creating a array, and this would be a string array. So string names maybe equals, and we will initialize this as well. So the names could be like Chand, John, Steve, Pooja maybe, and then finally it could be like Rahul. Alright, so this is cool. Now moving forward, we would be like creating a method like display names, and the method will in turn display these names. So let me show you. So in here it would be like void display names, and we will receive the array. And the way of receiving the array is pretty simple. I will type in string, and it would be like names only, which is cool. All right, and in here we will add in a for each loop. So for string name colon names, and we will display the names. All right, so this is good. So in here we will be passing in the information. Now passing in an array is little different. Let me show you. So first of all I will type in app equals new app, and app dot display names, and we will pass in names. Alright, so Eclipse has by default taken the variable names. Now what is names? If I hover upon this is an array, right? And array of string type, and if I execute the program we are able to display the names which are there in this array, which is perfect, right? Now friends, if I directly try to print what exactly names contain, then what should be the output? Let me do that. So I will comment out the call to the method and I will display names. And if I display this will display this weird looking text, and this is in fact the address of the first memory location which is allocated by this array. So we are in fact passing the address to the method and not the value. Now we will also discuss how this matters in couple of minutes. Let me get rid of this call. Alright, so in order to display how this matters is we will try to update a specific name from this array. So for example, if I say names of 0 equals maybe Salim, alright, so what should be the output? There is definitely no impact, right? But now if I try to display what's inside names of 0, then a magical thing will happen. It will display Salim, right? And in order to display the output better, let me show you this. Now the output is from the main method. Now from the main method we haven't updated anything, and the update is done in the display names method, right? And somehow the output is reflecting the change which is done in our display names method. And the reason is pretty simple. We are directly passing in the address and we are directly updating the information in the address location of this names variable, which is an array. And this is the reason why we are able to update the information. I can also show you if I comment this out. If we are not calling this display names, then the output should be Chand, right? So we are updating information directly from this display names method, and this is nothing but call by reference. Call by reference is nothing but the concept where we pass in the address and not the value of the variable. As we pass in the address, the impact would be displayed even from the called method and even from the original method where we are passing the reference. So the impact would be displayed in the main method and the called method. Let me also show you this real quick. So if I type in names of 0 equals Salim and then try to execute the program. Let me also add in a separator, that will be better. And this separator needs to be in the main method, in fact, that would be better. Alright, so now the impact would be displayed in the called method and in the main method as well. So this is the impact of call by reference. I hope the concept is cleaner in your mind, and if not, definitely do try to practice and code these programs in your system, which is very important. Thanks for watching. Take care.